people want to get a hand up and get at me, you can press the request button down there. Radical Librarian, thank you for the reminder. And we'll go from there. But yeah, a little bit of background on me. So my background is in stock trading, specifically in illiquid securities. I've been at it for, gosh, long time now. Uh, have been a streamer of sorts in the stock market, um, mostly OTC markets. Started getting interested in some of these meme coins and crypto coins, obviously because I like the price action a lot. But for me, when I was trading them, like I was getting rugged often, and it became to me an opportunity, I think, to maybe try and do something uh, in a way that engages the community, gets people to really hold on to things, and my thought was to get that working for a cause. You know what I mean? And so, and I like the meme, and I was thinking about like what is the meme that's missing out there, and just by a stroke of luck, I got hit with that catch a predator meme, which always made me laugh. And so cooked up the character and went from there. And so far, the response has been really good. Um, Obviously, I'd love one of those like instant moonshots, but when I look back, like I look at Tucker, Posh, and a bunch of others. I mean, they had a bit of incubation time where they were building up that list of holders and locking down that supply before it went parabolic. And that's really what I want to try and do is get to a place where there's not much left in the pool. People are really holding it, and it becomes that team effort. And at first, I had this project in mind, and it was like funny and silly or whatever. And then I just thought, okay, if it rips one time for one day, whatever, like why would anyone want to hold on to it after that? You know what I mean? It'll just be pumped, and then they'll just whack it and walk off. And so I was like, maybe we could do something for a cause. It's a cause that is increasingly becoming a problem with, especially with online exploitation and targeting of children. And so I thought it might be interesting. I don't know, Radical Librarian. I don't know, bro. You did me pretty dirty last time. You know what I mean? I'm going to try. Do you want to try? I can try. If you want to try, I can try. He doesn't want to try. Okay. He doesn't want to try. I was open to it, and then he just jumped off. We can try. Boy, I've met some weird ones in this crypto space, though. Holy crap. Please get your requests in. I'd love to answer your questions about the contract, about the coin creation, about holders, about everything. Like, because I think, like for me, I see this as being potentially a very big project. Okay, all right, here he is. I'm ready. Ah! Oh, too bad. Too bad. You open your heart
What's that
and
guy, like 12?
listen, I like his energy. Now he's got to go though. So goodbye.
Too bad.
Yeah, it was too bad. I was really looking forward to some nice engagement there, and unfortunately our boy he's got to go. You know what I mean? And I don't like that like multiple requests thing. Oh, we got a guy here. Come on up, Ox Quants. Hello. What song do you have for us today?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. How's it going?
It's going good, man. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I was. I think for my question, it's mainly just kind of when, like, at what point do you feel like is critical mass? And then I guess, what's your scaling ideas or plans when we get to that? I know you mentioned like 1 mil cap was kind of the starter for you wanting to kind of expand, but I was just curious on, what ways were you wanting to expand past that?
Yeah, so I think, when I initially put it together, I was like, okay, I have an idea and I have a meme that I think is decent. And now I'm gonna see if there's any interest out there. You know what I mean? And there absolutely was. So at this point, now, I want to get to that 1 million market cap and then really want to put it on the community to come up with a first donation. I don't feel as if I want to be, selling to make that donation because that defeats the whole purpose of this. So, once we get to that 1 mil market cap, especially if we can break through this 500K with some force, then I could say, yeah, you know what? We're gonna now we can reach out to Cast and say, listen, we're serious about doing this. Can we talk to you about how you can recognize this effort and maybe take it to the next level? And then from there, as it grows and doubles and doubles and doubles, then we'll have to get into some governance and stuff with regards to um, bringing other people in to ensure that everything is done and handled correctly. Maybe talking about some types of media spots, some types of different things. But really, like I don't want to have my pie in the sky goal just yet. Like I need to know that people are serious about breaking this 1 million. And so that's why I've been putting in so much effort. I'm like, you've seen me like 17, 18-hour days to make sure this is top of mind for people, make sure we're building the trust and make sure that people take this seriously. You know what I mean? So my answer is, let's get to a mill. Let me prove that this is serious, and then let's discuss as a community how we're going to take it to the next level. You know what I mean? Because for being a week old to tap 600 700K that fast, obviously there's interest. You know what I mean? So that's my answer. Does that help at all?
No, yeah, that definitely does. I was just wanted to make sure you kind of had like a vision, of kind of what you wanted to do. So that definitely helped.
Yeah, and I think that as it grows bigger and bigger and bigger, like I said, people will also want to reach out to us, and people will hear about it, and we can get into other communities or advocacy or something like that. Because like the truth is, like when I like I told that story in the Telegram today, I didn't witness it firsthand, but that couple that my wife and I are friends with, I mean, they almost had their child kidnapped, in broad daylight. And I just got to thinking about like all around the world, while a lot of these crypto influencers are taking pictures of their Lamborghini in water, there's people in that same city where they are living in sex slavery, including children. And so with all the glad handing and pole stroking that these guys do about how much money they have, I'm a little bit surprised that this wouldn't be a giving back a little bit wouldn't be of more interest. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of what this is about for me, anyways. AJ, go ahead. Does that help, Oxquants? Is there anything left?
That's all I got for right now.
All right, cool. AJ, please go ahead. Tap that. There you go.
There we go. Hi, Chris. How are you doing? I
Good. How
just
are you
want to,
doing?
I'm doing well. I've been here along for the ride for a while. Just wanted to hop on and say You're doing a great job. I see that you're working hours, hours a
Oh my
day to try to
gosh.
get this going. It's a breath of fresh air to, no offense, guys that are younger, but here's somebody a bit older that's in charge of this project, and it's for a good cause. I'm super surprised that we haven't had some of the bigger influencers jump on this a bit quicker. Just wanted to know your plans to kind of develop the character a bit in terms of, the Tucker has some amazing videos. There's one that came out a few days ago, and Fox News or something like that. Watched one of their videos, and they released it today, and it went sky high. I'm not sure why, if that was why or whatever. I'm not in that one, but just wanted to know your plans to develop the character, and if anybody has any ideas of what kind of software can be used to kind of make those cartoons a bit more animated and flowy, and see if that helps.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely something I want to do. And it's funny because we went from, like, when I fired this up, we went from just like cat pictures, and then I launched it, and like Tucker launched before, but all of a sudden it became this thing where I was like, okay, I got a good character, Bowden is out there, all these things are out there. This is a good meme. And then as soon as we started getting some traction, they just upped the ante with the Tucker cartoons. You know what I mean? Like just right through the roof.
They sure
So
did.
yeah, so I
So it
was
was
like,
like,
oh
wow.
great. Like so I finally launched one, and then now we're right through the roof with the Tucker cartoons. So I was able to put together something, at least that's keeping people updated, at least is a bit funny. But obviously, there are lots of people out there that can begin doing the animation and stuff, which is something that obviously we have to do now. And that's what we'll look to do next, and see what we can do, because yeah, that was just like they just turned it up to 11 on me the second I launched it,
They
basically.
really did. They really did. But you're doing a great job. I
Well,
appreciate
thank
you,
you.
and I appreciate the cause. And I really hope that some big guys come to this project. I have a feeling once we're a bit bigger, they will. So great job. Thank you.
No problem. Absolutely. Hands up for anyone else. Anyone who says something on their mind. I like the project a lot. I do think it's funny. Um, I am going to be looking for some help on art. Also, update. We have a excellent web developer who's going to be taking this website and turning it into something legitimately quality. And a few of the people around here know him and know that he is really good. Because it was like I launched it and I was like, okay, well, I'll launch this and maybe it'll just launch easy, you know what I mean? And it launched pretty damn hard. And then all of a sudden it was like all these things happened. So, all day, or all week, I guess, I've been reaching out to people that can help out. And so we've got a website guy on deck, who's a great guy and a friend of mine. And then we're going to look at getting the animation better, because all of a sudden animation's like just the other day, it's all about animation, so we got to do that. And hopefully we can just build that. Like, I want to build that trust, and I want it to be something when they think of it, they're like, oh yeah, Seat is in the game. That's what I want. Colin, go ahead. All right, great chat. Good to hear from Colin. Oh, he's back. Okay. All right. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Yeah. Hey, Chris, just want to thank you for all the hard work. I know you've been working your ass off. And for anyone here that is new to you know is new to all of this, I was wondering if you could speak to how your OTC experience and your trading experience feeds into kind of some of the decisions that you're making. I know one of the things that's refreshing for me is to know that, considering that you have so much experience in this space, that, how you're reading the chart and reacting to the chart gives me a lot of confidence as a holder and as you as a developer, just, knowing that there's someone in charge that knows what's going on and is able to read the chart. So yeah, just wanted to ask, like, how do you leverage that OTC experience, or do you think, how does that play into how you're building this, and what kind of lessons do you want to take from that?
Yeah, so like anyone who knows me knows that I've been trading illiquid securities for a long, long time. And one of the things that I learned doing it is that, it's when you're dealing with an audience of traders who are not really doing it as an investment, it means that they're always willing and able to just sell it, even if it's for a loss, to try and chase something else that they think is going to be the thing that's going to make their life better. And that's the mindset of a person that's trading with small size on a liquid hyper volatile securities or tokenized assets. And so, you know, for me, the most important, and that's why, like, I'm like all over it right now, is because the most important thing to do at this time is to ensure that levels are maintained on that chart, because if the back breaks on it, it becomes a lot harder to get continuation. And so the reason that I'm pushing so hard right now, like, because some of them get to a point where they're kind of on cruise control. You know what I mean? Once they're liquid enough, if they're pulling $1 million days in dollar volume, they get on cruise control. But until you can get to cruise control, and you can actually take a breath, there's no time for breathing, because people that trade liquid securities uh, will just whack it and walk. And so that's why I've been keeping it up with the videos. I'm here with the spaces. We're keeping on top of the Reddit. We're trying to make that uh you know um value proposition for people to hold, because if not, like, even great projects will get whacked and walked on. Like, you look at, like, Meteor, which was a brilliant project that, for like a Bowden dog, and they just got their eyes on something else, and it got left in the dust and zeroed out. And so that's what I've learned, I guess, and understanding the mindset of someone that does trade an illiquid or hyper volatile asset. Um, that's the answer, I guess, and that's why I'm really trying to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I just wanted to also add, I think that one of the great things about this product is the fact that you have that knowledge of, a good catalyst, and how to make sure that the product is forward looking, that people understand there's a lot to look forward to. Um, I know that comes from a lot of experience of seeing successful projects and successful runs in the past. Um, so, I think just yesterday, or I think it was yesterday, there were moments where you stepped in and, took very swift action. And I know you have a lot of other things that you're doing at the same time, in your own personal life as well. So you must be busy, but the fact that you're able to step in and do those things quickly, it makes all the difference. And so, I appreciate that. And I think it's pretty
Thank
awesome
you.
that you're leading this.
Thank you. I mean, that sucked. Like, when, because the problem with them, when early on, and it's just like with OTCs and anything else illiquid, is that there needs to be this, like, bond with people that are holding it, to allow it to get lift off. You know what I mean? And I understand that people from time to time are going to sell a piece if they're up or whatever. Like, I get it. And that doesn't stop my vision at all for this. But what bothered me about that is that a person who had accumulated a ton of size right after the launch decided to sell it all in one block,
Right.
which was not only a slap in the face to everyone else holding it, but a slap in the face to the point of the token existing, because that would have been enough to finish it. Like if I just sat back and said, "Oh, well, let's keep buying, guys, and come on, guys," that would have been it, but so I immediately had to start giving out tokens, burning tokens, doing giveaways, like to save that chart, because like as far as your average person's concerned, they just think, "Oh, it's the dev dumped on me again. Okay, bye bye, moving
Right.
on." Like, so it completely shattered the trust, and I needed to go out of my way,
Right.
and so it was extraordinarily frustrating. Um, but we did what it took, and I mean that's because I've been on the other side of it on a liquid shit,
Right.
and whoever was running it at the time would just like, it was such a punch in the gut. I know it's such a punch in the gut to them. They don't even have a response. So thank God we dove on it. And thank God we saw it happen in real time anyways. I mean, I wish it didn't happen.
Right.
But
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, I think this is exactly what you need to be doing to build the trust, though, and this is exactly what we should be looking for in a leader is someone who's going to take these moments and say, you know, this is a market of rug pulls. Everyone, I mean, we've had people joining the Telegram thinking, "Hey, I'm here to get rug pulled," like joking, but like people are getting fucked left and right out here, and building trust and real trust is hard. And I think that the steps that you've taken thus far have been really transparent, and I appreciate it, and I'm sure people appreciate it. So that's my 10 cents.
Well,
Thanks.
I appreciate it. And I hope it pays off, because uh, there's always a frustration that comes with doing these types of things, where you're in it, and then you'll see people buy like donkey balls or something, and then be like, "Hey, why are you buying donkey balls?" And then they keep buying donkey balls for a while, and then you'll just sell it. You'll just say, "Oh, well, no one cares about this." And that's kind of the moment usually when people are like, "Hey, you know what? Um, this could be pretty good." And that spirit that they have, like we do see it in the Telegram when they buy donkey balls. They've been buying donkey balls. You know what I mean? And so they show up in the Telegram expecting to be treated like they bought donkey balls. And I'm trying to do something different, but there's a lot of emotional baggage out there, a lot. And I get it, because I mean I have it too from all my years. And this is, it's a vision for me, it's an idea for me to use the skills I have in a place where it could actually make a difference. But also, it's a test of, you know, does retail have what it takes to actually do something, or am I deluded? And so we'll find out, but that's the plan, man. Anybody else with anything on your mind? Put your hand up. We'll get after it. We got Greg Jewishstein in the house. I haven't heard of him. He's looking good though. Looking good for sure. Yeah. Well done. A little bit else. Yeah, that selling the other day was. Please put in your requests. But that selling the other day was awful. I did take it personally. I didn't appreciate it. Um, I've spent a ton of my own money trying to get this at least to where it is now. Thank God we've got the community wallet, which we're working with, and we've just got to we've just got to keep on pushing. I mean, this is important stuff, and will we be able to make an impact? I don't know. Would I like to? Yes, and that's what I'm trying to do, for sure.
First step is trying, you know?
Well, you got to try. I mean, because I was sitting there when I heard that story, and then I started really learning a lot more about it, because one of the things that really bothered me or bothers me currently about the human trafficking discussion is how it's somehow become a partisan issue, and
Yeah.
that really pisses me off. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't see anything partisan about it. You know?
Yeah. Kids don't pick teams, you know?
No, they don't. And
They don't
and
have a
for people
choice.
to be saying, is there a bit of insanity out there in terms of like people thinking that the whole world is run by massive pedophile cabals and stuff like that? Yeah, probably that's a little bit over the edge. You know what I mean? But then on the flip side, saying that anything about human trafficking is right-wing propaganda is also bullshit. And in the balance are people who are actually trafficked. And that's why, people have been trying to get into, oh, well, we should, you should get involved with this YouTuber or that influencer or whatever. Like, this is this guy and that guy, and some of them are completely partisan. Like, like their web page or their feed or whatever is, yeah, they're not interested in trafficking, but they're also, like, pretty hateful, and that's why I like that Chris, because Chris doesn't give a fuck about anything really except just sitting guys down. You know what I mean? Like, he's not trying to make a political point. There are predators out there, and he's sitting their bitch asses down. And that's that's what I like. So that's the other thing about it. I really don't want this to become like some QAnon shit. Like, I want this to be accessible to everybody to take it to the next level. Anyone else with anything on their mind? I don't know what's happening. I've got some allergies or something right now. It's spring, I guess. I just can't breathe anymore. You know what I'm saying?
It's tough out
Yeah,
in the streets.
I've just decided today I can't breathe anymore. So that's what it is. That's the deal around here.
Yeah, no, it's bad over here. The sky is yellow where I'm at right
Yeah,
now.
you know how
It's
it
pretty
is with
bad.
breathing. I can't do it. Oh, we got a request here. Come on up, your Huckleberry. Oh, he requested it. I've given. He can speak now, they say, but there was an error. Okay. This is the high tech. We're doing technology here, high technology stuff. Let's try again, shall we? You heard about this? There he is. Go ahead, your Huckleberry. You're on the technology.
Did I get it? I think I got it.
Yeah, you've gone through. You've
Okay, there we
broken
go.
through the barrier.
All right. All right. This is my first time ever actually speaking on this, so thank you. All right. I got a couple questions, Chris. Well, first of all, thanks for everything you're doing. I got a couple questions. One is very important. They're calling for tornadoes here where I am. My question to you is, should I stay in my seat or should I go down into the basement? What do you suggest?
I think you know the answer.
I do know the answer. I just wanted to hear it from you.
Keep that ass down.
Perfect. All right, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. The other thing is, so, we're talking about the human trafficking, and obviously it's a heavy topic. And as the last couple of days, this has kind of built more momentum in terms of kind of focusing on that angle. You look at the other meme coins they're running, there's nothing serious about them, and I think that's a good thing that we have that. Obviously, there's nothing else out there like what we're doing. But are you concerned with,
Very
or
unique.
do you have any idea of how to kind of maybe keep the community message from getting too heavy, You know what I'm saying? To where people are like, oh man, that's great they're doing that, but I don't, I'm not super interested in it. It's not funny. It's not donkey balls. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that that's like, now that we kind of have that message out there, like, and I think I would put that on a lot of people that are posting about it as well. Like, I want price action as much as the next guy. I really do. And but at the end of the day, if someone on Reddit or Instagram or what do they use, the kids? You know what I mean? Dick talk, whatever. Like, if
Flip
they're
flop.
staring down a big block of text or a frog's ass, they're probably going frog's ass. You know what I mean? And so, like, I want to be sure that we're keeping it as fun as possible, and that's partially on me to create more funny memes and pictures and maybe some creative stuff, because I'm seeing a lot of tokens. They have a lot of templates and meme creator bot and like bot shit. And I want to try and do things that are more creative or funnier. And I think I can do that, but I agree with you completely. Like, if we just get into wall of text all the time about the cause and everything, they're just going to find it boring. Like, we got to spice it up. And maybe one of the ways to do that is, I mean, we could consider the Twitch angle. If we break this 1 mil, I'm going to have to do the Twitch angle, like, cuz I have been doing Twitch elsewhere, as you know. So maybe that's the way to go to you know keep it fun and stuff. But um anyways, you're right. I don't even know. I think you're just telling with that question, and you're right.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. I just want back end here. I just want to say you honestly had me rolling when that dump happened yesterday, or the day before, and you got on and just if you're gonna fuck with my shit. Here's what I'm gonna do. I would, if I wasn't already way deep in it. I would have bought first time if I'd seen that as a new person coming along. So kudos to you. Good
Oh
job.
man, I was so pissed off because, like, obviously, um the way it was funded, I liked the way it was funded. It was a fair launch. And I like a fair launch because I find that whenever I'm buying something that was a pre-sale, I'm just buying a kick in the sack. You know what I mean? And so I thought I like that, but then for people to get involved with it and then treat it so shittily, like, I couldn't help but take it personally. Greg Jewison, here he is. Jewishstein, my apologies. I'm adding you now. Please go ahead. Go ahead, Greg Jewishstein. You got to hit that mic button.
Oh, hey guys. Hey Chris. Hey panel. Thank you for letting me up. I'm sure you're probably wondering what the hell I'm doing up here, but if you have some time, I'll let you know.
Please go ahead.
Well, I'm pretty new in Reddit. So here's what happened. Like, I had this old ass like freaking Reddit like username, and I quickly changed it. I made a new one, and I was like, let me explore this because I was watching this thing on Netflix about crypto and all that stuff, and I'm like, all right, let me look up meme coins. And then I came across your page, and I was like, wow, this child trafficking thing really hit me. All joking aside, like, I'm also a memer, but I'm a dad too, so it's like this kind of hit me, and I was like, yo, all right, let me look into this. And I'm like, what is this? What chain is this on? And it's on Solana. I was like, oh yeah, let's fucking go. So, the whole point is that whatever it is that you're doing, like, if it's for real, and I hope to God it is, let's fucking go. And you have my support. I'm just part of the community now.
It is real. And I'll tell you that most of the people in this space know who I really am and know where I live. So I am fucked if it's not real. Believe me. So, like, I'd say, what, 80% of the people in here know who I am and where I live. So it is absolutely real. I mean, managing the logistics of it, is something that we'll absolutely do when we get there, and everything. But like, I don't think. And by the way, like, unless this went to $10 or something, it wouldn't be enough of a payday for me to ruin my reputation in the real world, honestly. So, it is real. I am passionate about
I
this.
hear you.
Yeah.
And that's why I put in what I said to I said to myself, if this goes to Valhalla, Mazel fucking talk to everybody that is that has conviction or whatever you want to call it. But if it goes to zero, you held because there's a purpose. I'm holding to zero till whenever, like I don't care. I know what I put in, so I'm okay with this. So that's why I'm like, I want to hear what you guys have to say. I just hopped in, and I don't, continue with the agenda. But yeah, like this is pretty cool idea. I like this is different than anything else I'm hearing. Like I like having fun and this and that, but this you could also have fun, but this is also something else, something what special. If anyone that has kids, like come on, you know.
Yeah, imagine, like, and that was what was so crazy about it to me, like, when that couple told us about what happened. And I mean, they had drugged the daughter and shaved her head.
Oh my, I would
A-
have lost my fucking shit.
Yeah, and imagine waking up every day knowing that somewhere out there is your son or daughter. Like, it's the worst thing ever. Like, I would rather I'd rather die, you know what I mean, than think that my kid could be in that situation for life. And so, like, as much as I love the memes, as much as I love the joke, like, I do like the jokes. And, and I want to get to a place where this is a little bit more polished, because I'm not in love with the level of polish right now. But, I wanted to see if there's interest. There is interest. But this is dead serious, because it's really the only way that I know how to do something about it. And so that's what I'm doing. So thanks for checking it out, and thanks for at least giving it a rip, and let's see if we can do this thing. I'm pretty excited about it. Anyone else with something on their mind? We got a bunch of folks here. 30's pretty good. That's a pretty darn good start, I got to say. I mean, for existing for a week, 30, and people are popping in and out, so the number of Oh, yeah, we got Sip to hit. Go ahead. Sorry about that, bro.
You're good. Hey, long time listener, big time fan, Chris. I don't think these guys know how funny you can be. They haven't got the full experience of you doing your once a week cut-ins from analyzing stocks. So you are hilarious. So you could put a meme up there of Chris talking, but your voiceover, it would be enough to draw some comedy to it. I am supporting what you're doing. I rode with you on Chichu. I'm going to ride with you on this one. One of the OTC's very own, in a crypto space. So I'm learning how to do this thing. I'm an OTC trader by default. Some of those skills are translating over. So I love, how you are using, like, keeping levels and things like that, using some of the skills that you have from the OTC to try to run this chart. So and also obviously, saving kids, I think, is honorable. I'm a dad myself. So I got your back, brother. I know I hit you up in your DMs sometimes. It is a lot of fun. So we appreciate what you're doing, man.
It would be really nice, obviously, if I never had to change my life in terms of, trading the OTC, I never would have changed my life at all. Um, like, I was so happy and content, and felt that I finally had the life that I wanted, you know what I mean? Like, and so when, the rules changed, and the liquidity left, I have to say that um I was just devastated, like, I still am just heartbroken. And part of the reason that I'm so heartbroken about it is that, like, an average small account trader in this world that we're in now, it's very, very tough to get ahead. You know, if you've got a small account, you got $1,000, $2,000, which I think is most people, and you're trying to trade options, I mean, you can get cooked in one bad move. You're trying to trade OTC, you may be waiting 10 months for something to move, if ever. You know, you're trading the big board stocks, you're getting 1-2%. You're trading small caps, you're getting crushed pre-market and aftermarket, and you're trading cryptocurrencies. Yeah, okay, now there's some volatility there. And then, how do I get that hyper volatility? Well, here it is, and there's something we always used to say in the OTC. We'd be so focused on, float, 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 float lock, float lock. We need the float lock. Everyone needs to buy up the float, moon the float. And then here we are now looking at something that is at trip 4 basically on 990 million floating, fully diluted, that can't get ruined by a shitty CEO. You can't do a reverse split, you can't do an AS raise. You know what I mean? And so it really is, even though it's tough to make the transition, it really is an OTC trader's dream come true. um and we just don't know it yet. And I'm hoping this will be the proof in the pudding, so we can keep the show going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny you said it perfect. I said this the other day in one of the discords that this is what the OTC felt like in 2020, just massive volume. You could fail at one play and jump right into another one. It's really eye opening because in the OTC we're all like, when crypto booms, we usually go dead. So I jumped over in the meme coins. Finally, I saw Super Robot and all those guys banging it out. I was like, all right, let me give this thing a try. And it was shocking to see how much volume is in that space. So of course, I've been doing that now, and it's not going to take me away from the OTC as a whole, but you can't deny the action that you can get on these meme coins. It's just fun. It's just flat out fun. And some of those skills, that we have from the OTC do translate over, and I think it does give us a little bit of a heads up. So yeah, I mean, it is a lot of fun. It's a shame that the OTC is going through what it's going through. I still got hope for it. There's a lot of good plays and good companies out there, but I mean, it's hard to just sit back and say, no, I'm just going to be an OTC trader. I'm not going to go, be a trader and leave the OTC and go trade these cryptos. But I believe that this is a natural transition for just about anybody that likes high risk securities, which, the OTC for me has always been a luxury market. You trade it because you got extra cash, and the same with crypto, So it is a lot of fun. And yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I don't get rug pulled too many times. It's crazy how many rug pulls there are, but I'm starting to learn. So
Well,
I appreciate you letting me speak.
I can't guarantee, and thanks for coming up. I mean, but I can't
Yeah, for sure, brother.
guarantee this will continue. I can't guarantee this is going to the moon necessarily. What I can guarantee is I'm working really, really hard to take this to the next level. And what I can absolutely guarantee is that the contract is immutable. You can't print any more tokens. You can't change the contract. Nothing can change about this setup. And so it's just a matter of how much gasoline we put in the engine. And I am I'm putting a lot of gas in right now. I'm hoping to get a little bit more acceleration, but right now certainly a good amount of gas. So, and maybe this could become the template for some big runs in the future, because the one thing I learned about OTC and illiquid securities, to keep them moving, you must have a carrot at the next move. Every time it moves, there's a carrot. The donation's the carrot, then another donation, then getting recognized on TV or celebrities. I mean, there's always a carrot to keep it going, and that intrinsic feeling of what, I am part of something that is doing something that is bothering me. That's my hope for it to become something that doesn't make the chart fall apart, because that's the problem with these right now. And a lot of these guys that are running these meme coins have clearly never traded before. So they got a good joke, they got a good shtick, whatever, but then they want to they don't even understand the liquidity concerns of unloading 5 million tokens at one time. They don't even understand that there's not enough dollar volume to support that type of a sell. And they're rugging their own projects and they're wasting good projects. And that's the experience that I do have that could maybe help with this. Anyone else with anything on their mind? Shido, how are you doing, bud? He's hanging around. He's got nothing. Boy, a lot of familiar faces. It's great to see. Really nice. This guy in this Telegram is weird, eh? Maybe he's nice now. I don't know. I hope he's nice. Shido, there he is. How's it going, man?
Hey, Pat, what's up? Oh, Chris, you're Chris, right? That's true. Yeah, I just thought I'm gonna listen. Congrats to the project for now. Very nice lately. I don't have much skin in the game, but I'm gonna hang around for sure
You
and see
know,
what
it's
you can
funny.
do.
It's interesting talking to you right now because, you know, when we were looking at like, okay, so like you look at that Choo Choo project, which everyone dumped on me on.
Yeah,
You know, we thought that this audience was similar in the sense that they would understand there's only 100 million there, and they would begin to work to the finish line and float, lock it, and moon it. You know what I mean? Like I think. Do you know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah, and I still have all my choo-choos.
Yeah.
But I realize Seed is the one on the focus now, and that's fine. And like I said, I mean, has been great. A lot of success so far. And to anybody who doesn't know you, I can only say you can trust Chris. I mean, I know him for a while, and he won't wreck you. I mean, that's for sure. That's what I can say.
Yeah, I mean we've gotten stuck in plenty of things together because we're not big sellers.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have been, but I'm never gonna learn.
Yeah,
This is
and it's
who I am. Yeah,
important information, I guess, if somebody doesn't know you. So yeah, that's all. I'm keeping around. I have a little bit, and yeah, let's see if we can moon this further.
yeah, you know, I hope we can, and you know, this is obviously like brand new territory. I mean, not in the sense of trading and share structure and circulating tokens. I mean, this is just another day um, for us. But you know, when it comes to you know understanding the way the audience looks, like yesterday when this or today when this seat got a little bit slow, you know, I was like, okay, well, I'm stressed now because you know, will they be back? And then, you know, I look at the chart on Tuker, I look on the chart on Posh, I look at the chart on a lot of these things, and you know, they just needed some time to like get those tokens into different wallets and get like distributed in a way that they quit, you know, getting unloaded
Yeah,
on and flattened. And
yeah,
so I'm keeping the hope, and I hope that it'll go well.
yeah.
What were you
No,
saying?
interesting project, and I will keep follow along. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. The name's Chris, sir.
Yeah, I figured. I figured. Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
I confused you with somebody else.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, please get the questions in. I mean, I'm really enjoying this. Has this been an hour already? Good God. You can tell I'm super charged up about this because anyone who knows me knows that I'm trying to go after 10 minutes. Sitting on spaces all day. Oh, here we got one. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Nothing much, man. What's on your mind?
Cool. I don't know if you noticed, I dipped out there for a second earlier. My Twitter app just decided to randomly update on me in the middle of the spaces. So it made me look like a dick bailing on you.
I didn't feel that way. I mean, like because I've been doing these
No,
for
I
a
know.
while now, in the other
Yeah.
world, and it's like there's constantly things like that happening,
Yeah.
where all the time they're dropping off, they're glitching out. So no, I didn't think that at all.
That do be true. Do be
Yeah.
true. Just kind of, I was going to ask you about the website update. How are we looking as far as timeline on that? Looking forward
Well,
to
we'll
that.
see. We engaged our guy who makes beautiful websites, and we'll see if we can get him to work. I mean, he's such a pro; it'd probably take him 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to nail him down for some
Yeah, that
timelines.
guy's
But
good.
if I was just in like this big rush to make this an instant mega pump, I would have just hired someone off of Fiverr to get it done right away or whatever. But
Right.
it's nice to have someone that we know and we know does a great job, put it together, and to have him involved overall, like such a brilliant programmer, will be so good for the rest of our offering if this continues to grow.
Yeah.
So I mean, to engage a guy like that, I'm willing to give it a couple days if he needs it. But obviously, as you know, we're very close, so I'm just waiting to hear from him, and we'll go from
Sweet.
there. Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right, man.
All right. Well, I'm still around.
All right.
Okay.
Who else? Riot Edge. It's sure nice to be seeing you lately. Really appreciated your contributions. It's been really nice to have you, and same with everyone else. Chewy, uh, the Menace, Pepe Leet, still in the game. I
Hey,
hope we can. Oh, go ahead.
what happened to that Moshu guy? I was thinking of him with all the memes and stuff.
He's building a video game right now.
Really?
Yeah, and it looks pretty
Oh,
sweet actually. And he's actually getting an audience and being quite successful with it. So shouts
that's
out to
cool.
him, man. He's a great
Yeah.
guy.
He is. I miss seeing him around.
No, really nice guy. Irv Gotti, what's on your mind? Irv Gotti, hit that mic button.
Hey, Chris, can you hear me?
I can.
Awesome. I'm just going to echo what everybody else has been saying. Appreciate all the hard work that you've been doing. I started trading OTC probably 2015, just off and on, but mostly been in crypto since 2017, most altcoins and whatnot. Never been rugged, chased a few memes, made a little bit of money here and there. I did follow you on the OTC, and when I seen you post on on Chooch, and I started looking at Chooch and the 100 million and stuff, and I'm quite surprised with that such a low supply, but whatever, they'll come back to it once we prove that that this one's going to be successful and whatnot. And I really do believe still have the Chooch, not selling there. Definitely not selling here as well. Got my seat nicely secured. So I just want to thank you for all your hard work, and continue, and let's just keep growing and keep holding, getting more eyes on it.
Yeah, you know what? I think it would be really great. And like to your point though, this type of trading gets your wheels turning in terms of like you know, because we would sit around all day and say, well, could I have a trip with only 1 billion AS maxed? Say something good for once.
Yeah.
And turns out we can just make our own now.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's, but getting people across the line in terms of using the software, it's not bad once you learn to use it. It's no problem at all. But getting people over the line, and then, you know, it could be really good. But this is a new frontier for the type of trader that was in the OTC. I know it is. But it's just, it's for me, it's been hard to do with a bit of a broken heart. But I got to do something.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate it. And, you know, to your point earlier about, you know, partisan and this and that, and you're absolutely right. You know, this is not a partisan issue. The subject of the coin itself, and the point, you know, it's, you know, kids are kids, you know, they're they don't, it's not about right or left. It's about children, you know. So just keep up the good work. Everybody keep doing what you're doing. Keep spreading the word, keep holding, uh, buying more if you can. Definitely, you know, donate to the wallet when you can, you know. So let's keep the advertise going. So thanks, Chris. Appreciate everything.
No, thank you for the trust. And you know, I mean, if I'm hoping that's not the case, but you know, if these people start to walk on it, and you know, I mean, because like, and some of these cells are so stupid. Like these kids they'll take like a $10 loss or something. Like it's crazy to me.
Yeah, that blows my mind. I seen the post and I'm like, what in the world, you know?
But I'm ready to make an investment to the point that, like, if they start walking on this, and you know, kind of take it below my line, like I'm willing to just burn a big bundle of tokens and then flex it online. You know what I mean? Like, because
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm not doing this on a shoestring bitch ass budget. You know, so like if that's how it's going to be, then that's what they'll never get those tokens back. That's going to be the deal. If you're going to
Yeah,
cheat
awesome.
on me, the tokens are gone forever.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah, yeah, you know, it's crazy because, like I said, I've been in crypto for a while. Never heard the term "jeet." I had to,
I
you
know,
know,
right?
ask what the hell, what are you guys talking about, jeet? And they're like, oh, it's like bid whacking. I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, they're talking about whacking. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, yeah. And I was like, what are they talking about?
I
Who's
know.
cheating?
Yeah,
So,
cheating is whacking, and then there's a few other terms out there, but it's the exact same game, just different uniform.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But we got a
All right,
request here.
awesome. Good
Nice to
stuff.
hear
All right,
from you.
great. Yep.
All right. Shit. Okay, we got Mike. Mike, hello, sir.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, really appreciate all you're doing. I know you're working hard, and I'm here with you. You mentioned Toker, and I'm looking at that chart. Any idea what happened in April? I don't know, right around second and third to the token to spark all that volume and get it really moving to the upside.
Yeah, so that guy, he just kept going. You know, he had a good idea. You know, and people liked the idea, and he was kind of just working on how to get his content as slick as possible, and you know, he kept doing spaces every week or every few days. He kept putting it out there and showing people that, you know, uh, I'm serious. I want to make this into something more than just a funny joke that I'm going to dump when I get 100 grand, whatever. And he just kept knocking on the door, and that's the part that I want to do with this. And you know what I mean? Like, is all of the media that's put together right now perfect? Not yet. Is the joke good? Yes. Is you know what I mean? So it's good, we've just got to keep knocking on the door and bringing people in. And the ultimate goal of these, because if you look at them at all of these charts, like they have like 2 weeks where it's just kind of oscillating and then parabolic. And that's pretty much the point where there's no more supply like in that radium pool. Like when they know that it's officially they got it in the Cobra clutch, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so but to get there means I've got to keep knocking on the door. I've got to keep putting in the time. I've got to keep fostering the community. And you know, like I said, I can't guarantee anything, but I'll never know if I don't. You know what I mean?
I hear you. And again, I appreciate it, and I'll keep knocking on the door with you. Thank you, Chris.
All right, man. Yeah, it's just, you know, and thank God to the Reddit community. I mean, they really came through because I got to tell you what, every interaction I've had with an influencer so far has been shit. They've either never responded to me, or you know, one of them just took my money and didn't even do what I asked. Um, like it, this has been a brutal experience, and you know, being an influencer myself elsewhere, I could never imagine uh, being that way. Truth be told, so you know, it's a bit strange, but you know, if we're not gonna get any help, or if people don't want to put the word out there, then we'll do it ourselves. And I'm just gonna keep pushing. You go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know, how often you hear someone say, "I can't guarantee it" in this space. You know what I mean? With the honesty and the integrity to tell a group of people that you're trying to, you know, get them to give you your money and be like, "I can't guarantee it." I mean, so many people make fucking lies to the moon, and all the exaggerations, the hyperbole, the pumping. And how refreshing it is to hear someone say, like, you know, I'm doing my best here. I'm trying my absolute best. I'm working my fucking ass off, and we're all going to do this together. But I'm not making you any promises. The success of this is dependent on our collaboration and our continued effort. And I think that fosters a sense of community that's better than just endless AI chatbots saying hodl to the fucking moon and pictures of some frog with his dick out. Like, I'd much rather have a dev who you know, it's fun, it's funny. We have memes, we have cool things too. Like and it will be better. I think I'm excited for all the stuff you're investing in it and the changes you've already announced. But it's cool that you have the integrity to say that like, you know, you're not making promises like everyone out here does, that, you know, this is going to turn everyone into a fucking millionaire. And you know, there's a good chance that it could, and that with your experience, with your effort, there's a good chance that we could be very successful. But
You know,
just the integrity not to promise is nice.
my problem in not becoming the number one pumper of all time in my last life
Yeah.
is that, you know, I do think about the other person. And that has led me to, like, even when I know I'm cooked on something, if people took it because I took it, like I would eat it while they're leaving. Like I'm the worst pumper as far as being like a sociopath goes. Like I don't seem to have the mechanism necessary to do that. And so, you know, it's just, so I have to say things like that because I don't think, like, because I think I'd go to hell if I didn't. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. But like, I mean, I think it's got a good chance. And if we start packaging it up correctly and tighten up the messaging, and I think part of that tighter messaging also needs to come from us. Like we need to have like sanctioned art only. We need to
Yeah.
have, you know, because like there's art floating around that I've never even seen before. You know what I mean? Like we need to tighten it up.
Yeah.
And but that comes in time, like as we're all learning. And so, I mean, we'll see. But there's a lot to think about.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Hey, Chris, has anybody asked you for your price target in crypto space?
They have, yes. They wouldn't like my OTC answer though.
Right. I didn't know if anybody was asking that. I was like, man, what is your price target? I'm just kidding.
Infinity. See, no one's ever given infinity. They've given moon, but that's a set distance, so I'm going to go with infinity actually. What do you think? I'm going to
I'll take
yeah,
infinity.
I'm just going to stop off at the jail after saying that as well. Just check myself in.
I just slapped Choo Choo because I know they're coming back to it after we hit infinity on seat.
Well, that
So
was
I'm
yeah, he
getting my
did.
seats
Like he
ready on
did
both
that
of them.
takeover there, and it was pretty damn successful. Obviously, I didn't sell because I thought people kind of understood we were doing a float lock thing. But if this seat moons and becomes the project that it could be, they always go back and say, "Hey, what's that? What is that developer like? Or what else is that developer into? Whatever, you know what I mean?" And and I did okay with the branding there. I thought it was kind of cool, but it was just too tough to get out from underneath it. But some success here may turn it into something else. So we'll keep pushing. I'm glad we're all having this opportunity to get to know each other, get to know me, what I'm all about, or whatever. Um, Look at this asshole in the Telegram. I don't like getting my
I
balls
know.
busted over $10 to
I
that
know.
much. I got to be honest with you. Oh, go ahead, Colin. I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna say that's the guy that came in here fucking singing songs earlier.
Oh well, fuck him then.
Yeah, it's the same guy. He's like
This
14,
this
I think.
green guy.
Yeah, he's like 14.
Okay. See you later,
He's
fuckhead.
just a kid.
There you
Yeah.
go. See you around. Your Huckleberry. Go ahead. You're in the Matrix now, but you have to jack in. Here. Go ahead.
Red pill or blue pill?
I don't know. I don't want to answer. I don't need this partisanship.
Looks like he's trying to rejoin.
Okay, let's see.
We got to call the technology guys.
I talk about it sometimes, but the insanity of like in the 90s and early 2000s going on the internet, they were calling jack in.
that was not a good choice.
No. All right, you're Huckleberry, you're jacked in.
That one wasn't even my fault. All right, that one wasn't even my fault. Twitter just crapped out on me.
Sir, you're jacked in.
Hey, Chris, can you talk about the collaborations with some of the other? I don't know if you can, but what you want to talk about. But can you talk about some of the other collaborations? Maybe I know that that's becoming a thing. Or what are you looking at for that, if anything?
Like what I would like to do is like, because I mean, all these guys, they got their hand out for payment, and if they're willing to do a good job and actually spread the message correctly and not just unload on it, whatever, like I'm open to it, you know. But when I look at some of these accounts, these guys, I find them to be unsavory characters, and so I've reached out to a couple, and there's a couple directions to go. Like on one direction is like I could just I could just offload this to some, Chinese mega alerter and get a big pop and be done, and that'd be it. Like that's a possibility, but I do feel like this could get some like real lasting traction. And so, I'm reaching out to different people who are involved in some of the top plays now, mostly more like adult types, like because I don't really have anything in common with you know, like I want to have a real discussion about trading and stuff. And so like there's a couple guys I'm not really there yet, so I wouldn't want to say anything and drive any uh, premature price action because it may not happen. But certainly I'm trying. But it's got to be the right look, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no problem. Are you jacking out or is there anything left?
That's all I got.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? Actually, let me just say one more thing. You got
Yeah.
to tell your wife and your kids from all of us, thank you, because I know that they're not seeing much of you right now.
No, they're not. And it does bother me a bit. Like I feel sad, like I miss them. But you know, we're just, you know, this is for them too. Like obviously, you know, if this did really, really, really well, I would have a lot less concerns in my life too. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I think they understand that, and they also understand that like I take, you know, other people's trust so seriously that I can't be taking any days off until we get a good liquid pop. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's great to have that support. You know, they understand that. So more power to them.
for sure, man. Nice to see people are catching up. Yeah, so that guy was just a troll in the chat. Hey, Colin.
Yeah, I mean, I think he may have like put some lunch money into it, but
Well,
he
he's
he
gone because
yeah
I'm too tired of this shit. You know, like
yeah I don't
it's not. I understand. Like if you're a kid and you're just jumping into chats and having fun, like I was the exact same. You know, when I was jumping on web
right.
forums and some old asses were talking about something. You know, like I get it, but like, but I don't have to suffer it. That's all. So
Yep.
that's it.
No.
I get the joke. It is a good joke, like, because like it doesn't actually make me mad. It's just you have to go. But like when someone actually does get mad when you're trolling like that, like I know it's funny, you know, and so like I know that he's enjoying that, but like right now, I don't have to experience it because I'm very busy. That's all. Well, we can probably start thinking about wrapping it up. I didn't record this, which really bums me out. And I don't know if you can get the recording even. Does anyone know? Because this probably would have been good to put out there, but I don't know. But we're going to do plenty more, obviously. So it doesn't matter. But for the future, I will do that. But, you know, God, I just, like, I see a level here that we really need to keep. And I'm just trying to think about what's next. And I don't really know. But here's what I do know. If this gets back into the twos, you know, I'm going to burn a couple million and flex it in a video or more. Who knows? But, you know, they'll never get the shares back. That's for sure. Tokens, my apologies. They won't get them back. So that's what I'm going to do. Because they do appreciate that flex. Otherwise, that's it. Unless anyone has anything else, we should probably just pack her in. And I'll get back to work on talking to many people in Asia. Hello, sir. Ox Quants.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I do hope that that somebody was able to record this. I was trying to put that in the chat earlier,
Shit.
just because I think this would be, obviously there will be future ones, but I think this would be really good to have, to share to multiple places in the future, just
Yeah.
for, extended exposure. But, I think honestly, it's just, I've posted in the chat several, examples, endless examples of kind of projects that are just coiling up for, a couple weeks, 10 days, etc. And like you said, kind of just thinning out that supply. So, it's only a matter of time. And I think it really does come down to consistency. So just I think hearing everybody being able to hear what your ideas, what your thoughts, the commitment that you have, I only think that that's just going to be a matter of time before we see that, eventual pop that we were all looking for.
I hope you're right, and and I'm going to do what I can to get us there, because yeah, it's just an issue of supply. And Chert McGurd, please go ahead. You're jacked in. You'll have to speak up though, Chert.
He's still a listener.
It says to me he's a speaker. I accepted his request. Let's see here. Chert, does it say to anyone else he's a speaker? Or?
Yeah, it's the speaker. I think he's trying to get his mic set up.
I think you have to plug the mic into the jack.
You've got to jack it in, man. If it's not working, you
But
have to jack it
nobody
out.
batted an eye at it
Blow
in
on
the
it.
90s. Like everything was jacked in. Do you remember that? Nobody even batted an eye. Crazy.
Everybody was jacking
Yeah,
back
no,
then, man.
it was just like, yep, I'm jacked into the internet. All right.
It's a different
Yeah,
time.
it was a different time, but man, they did it. You watch The Matrix, they're jacking in the whole time on that movie.
Publicly.
Yes.
Publicly.
Jacking into
On the big screen.
payphones. It's just unbelievable, really. Chert McGurd, how about I remove you as a speaker, bring you up again, see if that resets the Matrix. Oh, hold on. All right. Hello, sir. We can hear you.
Awesome. Sweet. Yeah, sorry. I was trying to get the mic set up. I had to go through my permissions and stuff. But hey, Chris, what's going on though? I just wanted to introduce myself and say hi and just thank you for being a part of this. And I see all the hard work that's going into this, and it really just it snaps something in my brain that instantly wants to be a part of it, because I've been wanting to find, a little group like this that is just buying up all the supply. Like I tried doing it with Shiba. Everybody was trying to blow up Shiba and all these other cryptos and stuff like that. And I just never had good luck in cryptos. I've always only lost money. Maybe it's because I didn't hold long enough, or, there wasn't enough supply being bought up or anything like that. But Taylor actually put me on, and I've seen how well he was doing in the investment, and I just tried to take my shot at it, and I'm great to be a part of the team and doing what I can to try and get the word out there. And yeah, I just want to really thank you for all the hard work and effort that's going into making it more known, and doing what we can to buy up the rest of the supply.
My pleasure, and that's really the goal. And it's been great having you on board, and thank you for your contributions, because it is a team effort. But so thanks. I mean, that's it. I'm just happy to have you and appreciate it. And I really hope this turns into just a massive winner for us. And even if it doubles, people I think would be very, very happy. But I
Right.
mean, there's an opportunity. I mean, at trip 4 on 900 mil. I mean, it like to be burning supply down here. Like if these guys are really just going to unload it for a $10 gain, like
they don't even really need to be a part of it in that case.
No, exactly. So then I'll just whatever they had, we'll just burn that. And they can never return. Piss off.
Yeah. I'm looking on I look on the deck screener. I'm totally new to all of this. Like I've never heard of deck screener. I've never heard of Phantom Wallet. I've never created a crypto wallet or anything like that. I am strictly going, all in on this because, you guys are all like real, you guys are real people. Like this is not just like algorithms. This is not, based off like news. News isn't just really going to tank the stock or anything like that. I look around at all these different, meme coins, and although they're hilarious and most of them are jokes, some of these big popular ones, like the ones I was watching last night, like Soperm and Elon Musk, and I just feel as though like those are super popular just because of the brand name, really. Um, but I feel like eventually those might not last as long as Seat does.
Yeah,
As soon as we break through that 70, 60 million supply, that one day we ran all the way up to what, like the 77,000 range, and we only had like 30 million supply left. Like we were basically halfway there from the Elon Musk meme coin. So I feel as though the more attention we bring to it, the more, and like when I'm going through like the X posts and stuff like that, like I know we're growing and getting better at presenting the right information and making sure that we're leaving enough information to let people make a well-informed decision. But some of the posts like that people are creating, like I don't know, in just my opinion, like sometimes like with like the animated like talking and stuff like that, like some people just see that, like new investors. Of course, veteran investors are just gonna like look at it. They're always doing their own thing, especially influencers, stuff like that. They're always hard to reach. The ground people, the people that don't really have too much, that how do you say this? They don't necessarily know, they don't have all of the right information at one time to make that post that really sticks out. You know what I mean? And I feel as
Yes.
though like when that goes around, whoever sees it, they're just not going to take it that seriously, So
Yeah,
that's why like I try my best to like provide the actual hard evidence of, hey, this other coin is only at this supply and it's only been open like this long and it's already this high. We have this much supply, and we have over 600-700 holders, and we're not going anywhere.
you're right. And some of those things, like you look at that, like Elon Musk, which I didn't even think was that funny. Like, how much more Elon shtick are we doing? Or you know what I mean? Like how much more Elon shtick is even out there now at this point? Like you're saying Elon 6,000 times in a row. So like, but there's such a well-oiled machine in terms of the presentation and everything like that, and that's, I think, the next step for us is to make sure that that's tight. Like these are these are the images we're using, this is the messaging we're using. The website's going to get tightened up, guaranteed. It'll be fantastic.
Right. So everybody's
I
posting
know
the
where you're
same
coming
thing,
from. Like, they're a machine, right?
Right.
You're right. And so that's the next step for us for sure. Good start though. And it just makes me so crazy because I would say this would have been parabolic if not for that one asshole seller. And we've been recovering ever since, really. It's really, really frustrating. And it, like, I like that it was a fair launch, and I like that people were able to get in on the minting of it and fund the liquidity pool and everything. But I just didn't think all of them would be such pigs. But I do know that they're going to regret it. That's for sure. So. Well, y'all, what do we say? Anyone else with anything going on? Thank you for the note there, Trader Wife Life. I'm sorry that you're married to a trader. I'm sure every day is a brand new experience emotionally.
That's my wife, and she's already given me shit about how much technological problems I was having.
Oh God! So she
She
heard my
she
videos
supports
and
us
stuff.
1,000%. So I said you should get on and say something. She said I can't. I'm too nervous. So that's what you guys get.
Well, and then what is she, so she's seen the videos of me like complaining about like my
Yeah,
hands and shit. Oh God,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I have to. There are times. You can get a little X-rated, so I have to say no, 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 no. This is what was that, hun? I have to. I got to let her know.
Yeah, no, it's and yeah, I mean, well, I'm happy to have her, and I'm looking to work hard to make this a success for all of us, and anyone else who gets involved, because I do take it personally, big time, and I also, I'm on some adult shit. Like, if you're 20 and you're running a meme coin and you see 30 grand, you don't care about anyone. I've been 20, you know, but the type of money that I'd like this to become, like, is the type of money that, like some of these kids pull rugs on stuff for money that would change their life as a kid. But for me, this has got to go a lot more to be a life changer, a lot. Because I got to think about other, like, real, my own kids, and you know what I mean, and kids that are being trafficked. I mean, shit, we hung that on us, you know.
Another, it's great. I wanted to bring this up, and now that you mentioned that, sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
About like the trafficking and stuff. Like there's a lot of talk about that within the last 6 months, and especially over the last year, ever since that Andrew Tate incident. Um, and given that there's a lot of celebrity talk in the air and different heavy investors who have been caught up in the mix of all that. But if you don't know, or if you do know, that this world is not what you think it is, and there's bad people in it that want to make it worse. And what kind of I wouldn't say makes me nervous or anything, but just something to kind of keep in mind, like if it hits the right eyes, you know, and they are in said loop, um, and they see like, oh, there's a group trying to end human trafficking. You know what I mean? See what I'm trying to say here?
I do, and right now, I'm not feeling we're big enough to be at the bodyguard stage.
Right. Yeah,
But
no, that's what I understand too.
yeah, maybe in time we'll get there. But right now, I feel like if there are any mega predators out there that are looking to put hits out, I'm probably not there yet. But
No.
I mean, if that day ever came, I will be so pumped about how successful we were that I'll definitely put a couple guys on the payroll. Um, you know what I mean? But they'd have to be the only rule is they'd have to be shorter than me, so they can be thick and muscular and stuff, but they can't be taller. At the same is the rule. Yeah, but no, you're right. There is a lot of danger out there, but you don't get anywhere doing anything safe. That's for sure.
Right. Scared money don't make money. That's for damn sure.
Yes, sir. Well, what do we say, guys? Anything else? Or are we good to go? Is this a good first base? Nice to have people here. I mean, we're making moves, guys, and we're catching ears and eyes, and now we've just got to catch a bid. But this thing isn't falling apart because it's pretty decent. So let's keep it going. All right. Well, we'll talk soon. We'll maybe do this. I don't know. Maybe on thinking maybe on Friday or something. Maybe we'll have a couple of weeks just to keep everyone together and updated on everything I'm doing, because the Telegram moves in a way that it's very tough to know everything that's going on so we can get the questions and everything. So yeah, we'll do that. It was a shame about librarian, but it was kind of funny at first, but now I'm not laughing. That's it, guys. We'll see you Friday then. I'll set a reminder for Spaces, maybe same time-ish Friday. All right?
Sounds good, Chris. Appreciate you.
All right. See y'all later.
Have a good one.
All right, bye.